Hello friends, how you doing? Welcome to another video by English for Real Life with your friend JJ. Well, today I want to respond to my friend, sorry, just to have informed this video is for you, my friend. So he was asking about how to use the is, there are, so many, so much, too many, and too much. Let's roll out. So, much we use it for singular or generalized things, okay, and many we use it for plural. That's the first thing you must remember, okay, in order to understand this whole topic. Much singular thing, plural many things, or many plural things, yeah. So when I say generalized things, I mean when you speak, for example, about water, money, space, time, things that you cannot count, that are in general speaking. Okay. So, I'm sorry. Uh, Now let's understand what's the difference between so and to. Okay. In this case, they are called magnifiers. So just keep in mind, so is kind of positive and to is negative. However, sometimes you can use to for a specific positive situation. I will show you the example. So is to add emphasis. Is another way to say very. For example, if I say, oh, this is so good, or this is very good, it's the same idea. And to, for example, oh, that's too much light. For example, it's excessive. That's the difference. Got it? Okay, now, so we use it to express something positive, as I said. We use it when something is still possible regardless negative situations, and it can be used with negative adjectives. So, for example, what do I mean when I say we use it when something is still possible regardless a negative situation? I mean, imagine you go to the restaurant and you order some soup, and you say, "Oh, this soup is so hot. I will wait a moment, and after it will be okay, so I can eat it." But if you say too hot, it means that it's more than normal. It's excessive. Okay, it's excessively hot, and there's no way to eat it. So I hope you get it. That's the difference. Now, sometimes so and to can be interchangeable with some adjectives. I will show you in a moment, but they change the meaning radically. Okay, now let's talk about to. Somehow to expresses something negative. Okay, we use it when something is not possible anymore, and it can be used with the adjectives kind or nice. For example, if you say, "Oh, you are too nice" or "too kind," it means that you are excessively good, excessively nice. I didn't expect it. In this case, it's a positive effect. Okay, effect. Now, let's go here. Now, there is and there are. Okay, I'm going to explain these things separate, and after I get the examples. So there is, we use it for singular or generalized things. For negation, we use there isn't or there is not. Sometimes you can use there is no. For example, when you talk about things that are uncountable, I might say, like time, space, there's no time. There's no space, there's no money. Okay, you can also say that when you talk about these things. Okay, now for questions we use is there, and we always use there is with a, and, any, or some. Now check this out. Use some with there is when you generalize the noun, or when you use uncountable nouns. For example, I have some water here, or there is some water here. Got it? All right. There are. There are is always plural. Okay. For negation, there aren't, and always use any. Whether you use there is or there aren't, always use any for negations. Okay. Questions are there, and we use it with some. In this case, some refers to plural things. All right. And use it with any for negation. That's what I said before. Now, let's use relation and logic. When I teach English, I always say my students, hey, keep logic. Okay, we use a lot of logic here, just like maths. Okay, so always use there is with much, or so much, or too much, and always use there are with many or so many or too many. Okay, whatever the case, just keep in mind, always use there is with much, because there is a singular and much we use it for singular things. There are goes with many, because we use there are for plural and many is for plural. That's the logic. Got it? I helped you do. Now, I got some examples. There is a bottle of water here. There's one bottle. Okay, I can say there is much water here. Well, not in this one, but I can say there is much water here. Now, imagine a case scenario where I have the bottle is full, and someone is giving me more water, and I say, hey, no, that's too much water. It's excessive. I don't need that. Okay, I don't need that much. All right. For example, there is much water here. Now, I could say there is so much water here, or there is too much water here. But in both cases, well, they are different. So remember, too is negative and so is positive. Now, this is something that I'm going to tell you. When something affects you in a positive way, use so. And when something affects you in a negative way, just use many. That's another tip. Now, for example, if the adjective is negative itself, well, just use so. For example, I'm so tired. But you can also say I'm too tired. Now, if you don't want to get confused, just say I'm so tired, sorry. Because if you say I'm too tired, it's like I'm dead, I'm done, I cannot do it anymore, I can't take it anymore. So just remember this, keep in mind. If the adjective is negative itself, just use so. And at the end, people will understand whether you say so tired or too tired. It's the same idea. Of course, different emphasis, but at the end, same idea. Don't get too confused, all right? Now, more examples. There is an opportunity for you. There is some space for that thing over there. There isn't anything here. Now, don't use double negation. Don't say there isn't nothing here. That's incorrect. Understandable, but incorrect. You have to say every time you use negation, and when you want to go with a verb which is negative, don't say nothing or there isn't nothing here. Always say there isn't anything here. Don't say I don't have nothing. No, I don't have anything. Got it? Is there any ice in the fridge? Is there some ice in the fridge? What's the difference here? When you say is there any ice in the fridge, it means that, imagine I go to your house and I don't know if you have ice cubes because I don't live there. So I say, is there any ice in the fridge? It will be in the frozen, in the freezer, right? So just keep it in mind, So at the end, the ice is inside of the fridge. So different place, but the same idea. Is there any ice in the fridge? I don't live there. I don't know. But if I know that you always keep ice cubes in the freezer, I will say, is there some ice in the freezer or in the fridge? That's the difference. If you want me to explain any and some, just let me know. Now, there is much to learn, pals. There is much to learn, pals. Okay? In this case, I don't say there is many, First of all, because we are talking about knowledge, and you cannot count knowledge, can you? And I said much, so remember, there is with much, or so much, or too much, and there are with many, so many, or too many. Got it? All right. There is no time left. It's what I told you. We will talk about time, so even you can count time, but you speak in general in this case, so you say there is no time. Other case scenario, you could say there isn't any time left. All right, still good. Or just say no time. No time. That's it. It's easier when we want to say there isn't any time or there's no time. We just say no more time or no time. That's easier for native speakers. All right. Let's go with there are. There are some people there. Talking about people. So this is plural. And countable. There are many things all over. Okay, there are many. Remember, there is with much, and there are with many. That's why I use the different color here. There are some guys at the door who are waiting for you. There are no people at the stadium. There aren't any grapes on the corner. Are there people interested? Are there more things to do? Some people would say there are more things to do or anything else to do, but are there more participants who want this? Got it? All right, check it out. Now, let's go here. I have a small dialogue. Imagine this is a person who's talking to the waiter or the waitress at the restaurant. In this case, I would say in the restaurant. Both are okay. Add is when you are outside, and in when you are at the table. So it's a little confusing, isn't it? So I can explain you in on add later if you want. Just give me a comment, all right? So let's go here. There is something that I must tell you. There is too much salt in my soup. And I'm afraid that there is also too much pepper on my steak. It's a little peppery. I'm serious, dude. That's way too much pepper. Could you please bring me some ice? Not too much. Just a few cubes. Thank you so much. This soup is so hot. I better wait. That salad looks and smells so good. Don't you think those fries look too old? I mean, this place is so expensive. So, we're supposed to get just the best, aren't we? I'm so excited. We're going to the beach now. The waiter has been too kind to us. He will receive a good tip. As you can see here, this is a dialogue where I'm using everything that I explained before. Too much. There is excessive salt in my soup. Okay, there is too much pepper. It's excessively peppery. Okay, now check this sentence here. That's way too much. This is another way to say it's excessive. That's way too much. Always use way too much. Never say way so much. Now this is always way too much. Notice that I use black color here. Why is that? Because this is a neutral expression. It doesn't mean excessive. It just say I just want a few cubes. Okay, ice cubes. Could you please bring me some ice? Not too much. Just a few cubes. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You always say this. I'm here talking about the soup. I said it's so hot. I mean, I'm just saying that it's hot. It's a lot, or it's very hot, as I can say. So I'll just wait a couple minutes, and after that, it'll be okay. Got it? And that salad looks and smells so good. Remember what I told you. When something affects you positive, just use so. When something affects you negative, use to. That's another way to remember this thing, alright? Check this out. Don't you think those fries look too old? I mean, I know when fries get fried, well, if you keep them out of the fryer, they get old. But this one looks excessively old. So looks like they were fried this morning, and it's like 7 hours away. So it's too old. Not so old, okay? I mean, this place is so expensive. Why didn't I say too expensive? Because remember when I told you, when besides or despite of negative situations, you can still do something. So this means this place is so expensive. It means that it's expensive or it's very expensive, but I can afford it. It's okay. I can pay. No problem. Now, if I had said this place is too expensive, I mean, it means that I cannot get in. I cannot afford it. I don't have enough money to pay for the food on the menu. Is that right? Got it? Check this out. The waiter has been too kind to us. So it means that kind is a positive one, right? So I told you, you can use too with kind because he was kind but excessively. So I want to give a good tip. Good? All right. Let's go to the next one. Examples with there are. There are too many people here. I can't take it anymore. It means that, okay, I know a lot of people come to this place, but it's way too much. I mean, I cannot take it. That's more than I expected. So to say there are too many people, okay? Because it's affecting me in a negative way. If I had said there are so many people, it means okay, I can take it. It's okay, not a problem. But I say there are too many people. That's a problem. Not good. It affects me negative. Okay, in a negative way. I mean, there are too many problems in this place. I don't like it. Okay, I know maybe all companies have problems. I know, but it's way too much. This is excessive. I mean, I cannot take it. So I'm gonna get away. I'm gonna quit. All right. There are too many boxes here. Where should I start? Imagine you are tidying up your room or any room. You say there are too many boxes. Maybe your boss told you, hey, guy, I need you to go fix that room, please. There are a lot of boxes, so just be careful. But he said a lot of boxes, not too many. So it's more than expected, and that's why we said there are too many boxes. Got it? All right. Keep it up. Keep watching the whole video, because I'm explaining you good stuff. There are so many things to do. In this case, there are so many things. Okay, it's a lot. It's not way too much. It's a lot, but I can do it. No problem. Got it? Remember, when I said I can still do it, despite of the negative things or whatever, or the hard work or whatever it takes, I use some. Okay? If I said there are too many things to do, it means, okay, I cannot take it. I cannot do it. It's not for me. I just go away. Okay? There are so many perfumes here. It's difficult to choose. Imagine you go to the store and you didn't imagine that you were going to watch or you were going to be testing around 50 perfumes. But this is a positive thing for you because you are going to buy a perfume. It's difficult to choose because maybe you just have money to buy one. So in this case, you said there are so many perfumes, but not too many because it affects me positive because I will buy it. I didn't say I don't have money to buy it. There are so many prizes here. I'm impressed. So there are so many prizes, not too many, because this is positive because people will receive prizes. Or people will win prizes. This is something positive. Remember, if it affects you positive, use so. If it affects you negative, use too. That's it. Now, there is too much water here. We need to do something accessible. There is too much noise. I can still imagine you are at home trying to sleep. Your neighborhood is playing metal or some music, but it's 4 in the morning, so you cannot sleep. And it's too much noise at the moment. So it's negative. It affects you negative, right? Remember, there is too much garbage. Do something. This is something negative. Come on, do something. There is so much to say. Shall we start? Imagine I could tell you guys, there is so much knowledge that I can share with you. Shall we start? So this is something positive because I'm going to share with you, okay? For you and for me, because I love doing it. There is so much love in this picture. You are watching a picture, or whatever picture, and you say, wow, this is so good. There is so much love. It makes you smile. It affects you in a positive way. We use some. There is so much wind. I mean, it doesn't mean that it really bothers me. It means that maybe I want to fly my drone, but I cannot because there is so much wind. But it's not excessive. It means maybe in a couple minutes or hours, it'll be better. Now you will say, okay, JJ, but in this case, if I say there is so much wind, does it affect me in a negative way? Well, it depends. It depends on the context. If you want to fly your kite, maybe it's positive for you. If you want to fly your drone, maybe it's not positive, but it's not negative either, because you can wait. You know what I mean? Maybe your drone is going to be a little unstable because of the wind, but that's it. Not bad or really bad. All right? And that's it, friends. So remember, follow me, subscribe for more videos like this. My friend Just to Heaven Ford, this is for you. So thank you. Thanks for watching my video. See you next time, friends. Bye bye.